My name is Michelle, and we've lived in this home since October of 2022. When we bought our house, we were very eager and excited about the neighborhood as it's in close proximity to both my parents and my husband Elliott's. We also previously lived not too far from here, and so we already had made connections with people in the neighborhood, really valued our proximity to other areas within the city, a quick stop to downtown, White Ave, Henday, wherever you might be going. And we fell in love with the yard and the trees and the space. And so, yeah, that's what drew us to our house.
We were in West Jasper Place, and we loved our house there. We really did. But we started to realize that there were a few things that we were looking for in where we live. And one of those was definitely a big backyard. We really valued that. And we also just really value community and neighbors and all of those things. And so we started looking at new homes, and it was a bit of a process. It was right at the tail end of COVID, and when the market was still really, really crazy high. And so it was tough looking for homes. It was tough finding homes. We actually we sold our house while the market was a little bit high, but we didn't find a house yet. And so we ended up moving in with my parents, just waiting for the right moment to come. And that was totally fine. It was great living with my parents. And then we were working with our real estate agent, and she texted us and she said, a little bit on the down low, but I think there's a house that's going to come on the market that I think is perfect for you guys, but they haven't listed it yet. And so we got super excited, and we really wanted to live in Parkview area. It's so close to the river valley. It's got big lots. It's got homes with lots of character, all things that we really value. And so our real estate agent did an amazing job talking with the previous owners, and we ended up buying the house before it even went on the market. There was a funny moment where they put up the for sale sign just so that we could put the sold sticker on it, and she got 10 different calls asking about the house. And so it's just the perfect house for us. It's got a huge backyard for our dog, Summer. It's a good size for us. Everything was in great shape and nothing needed to be worked on. We didn't need to do any renos right away, which was awesome, and there's still lots of potential for the future.
So following our house inspection, when we bought the home, the inspector right away was like, your hot water tank is beyond X amount of years and so should be replaced. It's still working, but it'll be the type of situation when it stops when you're least expecting it. And so that was where that came up, as well. Some other issues with the furnace and some of the venting actually that needed to be taken care of. And so we right away were like, okay, this is going to be one of our main projects that we're going to start with. And then we had a friend who's actually a neighbor at our old house who had told us about the Greener Homes Energy Grant through the federal government. And so it just kind of felt like the two and two went together. Some of the things that we needed to fix were eligible through the grant, and so we thought we'd give it a go, and then that's what led us to contacting Acclaimed.
So that is a bit of an interesting story. I actually met Kevin through his son. I was volunteering for an organization that kind of like a mentorship type program with kids and youth. And so I met Kevin's son, Braden, through that, and became really close with Braden over the years. And obviously Kevin and his wife Tammy are just such amazing people, and so I got to know them through Braden as well and volunteering, and we just hit it off right away, and Kevin and I became fast friends. And even after Braden graduated high school and I stopped volunteering for the organization, we've stayed friends, and as a result of that, stayed close with Kevin and Tammy as well. And so when we moved into this house, the furnace was a little old. The hot water tank was a little old as well. And so Acclaimed were the first people we thought of to replace it, and then kind of went from there.
So I actually dealt with the office and admin staff for a bit at the start in terms of ensuring that the products we were installing aligned with the grant program, because there were quite a few specifications in terms of what systems you were installing and what worked with what and how much would be covered. And so that actually took like a couple months, but it was all meaningful work and it needed to be done. But Acclaimed was always a quick email or phone call away when I asked so many questions. So that was nice. And once we did have the system that we were going to go with picked out, first off, the technicians and Kevin came just to kind of survey the area, determine where products would be going. He did a lot of video footage to make sure exactly what he was wanting would be applied when the techs came. And we were able, I think we got like about a week window, and then you got a nice little text message actually with the picture of the person from Acclaimed who's going to be showing up at your door, which was kind of nice. Right from when they arrived, they rolled out a red carpet and made sure that every spot in our home would be kept carefully taken care of, right down to the basement. And first things first, they took out our old equipment and took everything away, which was nice. I had a moment through it being like, what do I do with the old hot water tank? And actually, funny enough, our furnace was able to go to a friend of ours and actually be repurposed and reused. So we were able to eliminate that actually ending up in a landfill anyways. And so the techs came, I think, for 3 or 4 days, and there was 2 of them here, and they installed the heat pump, the furnace, as well as a whole bunch of new ducting, which was one of those issues that had come up on our inspection. And then the HVAC as well. And throughout it, just so kind, like, oh, sorry, we're coming by. And it's like, no worries at all. We have a dog who loves to get up and everything, and they were so kind with the dog and like weren't bothered by her, which was really nice. Everything was kept so clean throughout the process, like even going down mid-project, like, you know, we could walk still in our laundry room and stuff. There was no mess left behind, which was really nice. And following that, Justin, one of the people who helped install our equipment, right away gave us the lowdown on everything. So we had a base knowledge. Naturally, questions came up, and it was really nice, either an email, a text, right away someone was able to respond.
So Acclaimed did basically everything to our house. Kevin likes to joke that in one picture you can see all the services that they provide in our basement. So we got a heat pump put in. With that, we also got a new furnace, we got a new tankless hot water heater, and we also got an HRV. It's been awesome. The whole process was really smooth. Not only was Kevin great to work with, but the office was really great to work with as well. We had to email them a couple of times, phone them a couple of times, and everyone working there was super friendly, super helpful. They always just were top notch to deal with. And then for the techs coming out, they were great too. They were super respectful of our place and were super loving on our dog as well. And they always cleaned up after themselves. And even though it took actually an extra day than they were expecting, like, they were still super positive the whole time and did a really, really good job.
Regardless if you're installing HVAC equipment, everybody needs to meet Kevin. This is the type of person that right away you feel like you've known them. They feel like they're eager to learn more about you and just like exude this presence of just like, I wanna know this person. And so, you know, when I talk about like our HVAC installers and further elaborate on the situation, it's like, sorry, is this like your uncle? Like, who are you referring to here? But he just had such a presence that was so supportive in what we were doing, because we were newbies in all of this. But truly every step of the process, Acclaimed was walking alongside us, which was great, and they were supportive and knowledgeable, quick to respond to any questions or concerns. We've had the opportunity of working with a few different employees through Acclaimed, and every single person has gone through Kevin Lackey training or something, as they've all come through with this kindness as well that's just evident throughout the whole Acclaimed business. So
Acclaimed was awesome. It's a family-run business that really cares about its customers, and we felt that every step of the way. And even, past our relationship with Kevin, everyone else we dealt with was just really amazing and great to work with. And the biggest thing for me has been the follow-up and the way that they've responded to our questions and emails and phone calls even after the fact. That was really incredible. And so I would definitely recommend Acclaimed and the wonderful work that they do.